Today's recipe is brought to you by Google Gemini. That's right. AI has been in my kitchen lately, so come along, let's see how this one turned out, and I'll kind of let you know some other recipes that I have been collabing with Gemini to find the perfect ratios when it comes to using freshly milled flour. So as you know from the title, we are making a freshly milled einkorn egg noodle today. I've thrown in here an extra recipe. This one is actually not from Google Gemini. I found this on Facebook randomly. It's a sweet potato based brownie, and let me just tell you, we're not going to have to wait till the end for my review. They are absolutely delicious. They're in rotation fully in my kitchen now. Back to the egg noodles. As you see here, I'm actually sifting the einkorn. I have never sifted einkorn before because it's already so fine for me, but Gemini really suggested that for this pasta I sift. Now, when you sift, you're going to be left with the bran, and yes, it is a bit less nutrient dense, but save the bran because cream of wheat or using it in meatballs to replace breadcrumbs or breading chicken. I have found lots of uses for the bran, so definitely save it. It's really, really, really good, especially as cream of wheat. Anyway, so I did sift it, and what you're left with is a super, super fine flour, which is kind of cool. It's really silky. I'll just let you watch along as I do the sweet potato brownies, but I really want to talk about this Gemini egg noodle combo. So I was inspired to make stroganoff because my husband and I were watching a TV show, and it's based in the 70s, I think, and in the middle of the table was a big old bowl of beef stroganoff. And I remember being at a friend's house when I was younger, and they served this a lot for dinners. I was over there a ton, and I always liked it. At my house, we never had this. I come from a very Sicilian household, and not every meal was Italian, but we never had beef stroganoff. So when I was there, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I've never made it as an adult. I really wouldn't have even known where to start. So I plug in to Gemini, ask for a stroganoff recipe, gives me a great one. I was really pleased with it. I'll leave it in the description below. And then I went a step further to ask for an egg noodle recipe using freshly milled einkorn. Now, I have made freshly milled pasta with einkorn before. It was actually a sourdough pasta, and I really liked that. But with stroganoff, I feel like you have to have the traditional egg noodles to go with it. Now, here's where things get a little bit funky when you're using Gemini. So I have used Gemini probably, oh gosh, like over 10 times now to ask about how would I convert this recipe to freshly milled, or how would I convert this recipe to freshly milled and sourdough for a shorter ferment or a longer ferment, etc., etc. And it has been wonderful. I have not been burned yet, so I plan to keep experimenting with that tool. One thing that it told me to do with these egg noodles was to roll it really, really, really thick, like thicker than you would feel comfortable rolling a pasta. It even said to hand cut it. Don't use a pasta machine too much. Like, you want these noodles thick. Cool. Okay, that's fine. I kind of figured that. Excuse the different lighting and whatnot. In the midst of me mixing that dough up, my camera went out and I had to switch cameras, and my hands were dirty. My husband was busy. We were trying really quickly to set it all up. So it's going to look a little wonky for the rest of the video. I apologize. I did my best to adjust the settings, but you know, just roll with it for this one. So here are the brownies. They come out super, 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 super fudgy. So if you're not a fudgy lover, then these might not be the brownies for you because it is a sweet potato base. It's not going to be cakey. So just keep that in mind if you give it a try. Anyways, back to the pasta. So I let it rest, and then when it was time to roll it out, It actually was not as sticky as I thought it was going to be, because when you're working with freshly milled flour, that stickiness is real, especially einkorn. The hard white wheat isn't so bad, but einkorn is quite sticky. So I was pleased that it rolled out nicely. I wasn't fighting with it. I didn't have to use the bench scraper too much. It was nice. It felt good. It went through the pasta machine smoothly. And then, yeah, so it came time to cutting the noodles. So as you'll see here, I had it on the widest setting and I ran it through twice, I believe. Yeah, twice. And I never adjusted the setting to have it roll out thinner. And I think next time I'll definitely do that. While the taste was absolutely delicious and it fit with the stroganoff really well, I did not appreciate how thick these noodles were. I mean, I followed the directions. I listened to my trusty friend Gemini. I'm not going to say it burned me because I understand what it means when it says you want a thicker egg noodle for something like a stroganoff, but it was very thick. So, like I said, if you're going to try this, don't do it super, super, super thin like you would a normal pasta dough, but definitely run it through the machine a few times and adjust the settings, or just roll it, roll it out with your roller until it gets thinner. You'll see a close up in a minute. But that was really my only strife with this recipe. Other than that, it was really good. Easy when you're putting a pasta dough together and you're mixing the egg mixture in it. At first, it's like, oh my God, this is a giant mess. How is it ever going to come together? Just be patient. Keep incorporating the flour slowly. Knead it. Let it rest, especially if you're using freshly milled. Should rest anyways, but if you're using freshly milled, it's a non-negotiable. It has to rest to absorb the liquid. And yeah, I will definitely make this again. Like I said, I am going to roll it thinner. I might hand cut it again. I didn't have any issues with that. I liked how thick I had cut them. But I might just also use, the pre-cut attachment on the little hand pasta machine, because we have liked that in the past. It comes out sort of like a fettuccine or a linguine. But yeah, you'll see these are some thick babies. And I kind of had a feeling going in, but you got to experiment. And I could have redone the recipe and all that for YouTube and really perfected it, but what's the point? I mean, I don't have all the time in the world, and it came out delicious. All I'll say is roll it thinner, put it with your favorite sauce. It paired great with the stroganoff, and I hope you give it a try. It was really, really good.